Hitting hard with Jon Chuckery and Locked On Sports Atlanta. Head to youtube.com, put Locked On Sports Atlanta into your search browser. Hit that subscribe button when you find our page there. Leave us a comment there as well. Free and available all your favorite podcast platforms. You can download us on Spotify, Odyssey, whatever your favorites are. Hit us up there with a 5-star review, and then follow me on my personal Twitter page at JMCH316. Braves got a series started up in Miami tonight. Mets and Phillies are going to get a series cranked up and going too. All right, Braves are 7 back. Okay, and I know they got 7 left with the Mets and all. With all due respect, with the way the Braves have played against the Mets and the Dodgers and the Padres this year, I don't know how much confidence I have that they're just going to line up and run the Mets over. Okay, and especially with those two guys that are on the mound. I think Scherzer pitches tonight for the Mets. So, look, yeah, you're going to have to do some things head-to-head against Mets, but you also have to take care of your business against all these low-life, dirtbag, flea bag, pond scum, sludge at the bottom of a barrel, muck and mire teams like the Marlins, okay? One of the guys, we keep talking about guys who got to get it going, I'll be honest with you, okay? I've been very underwhelmed at times with Matt Olson, and he's a guy that needs to get it cranked up and going. So far in the month of August, in 41 plate appearances, Olson is hitting 200 with a 317 on base, a 229 slugging, and a 546 OPS. He has no homers in the month, only 3 RBI, but he has managed to strike out 10 times in 41 plate appearances. He's got 1 double, 6 runs scored. Now, I know a lot of y'all gonna, Olson's hitting all these doubles. He's going to chase the doubles record. Who the hell cares? Who the hell cares about the doubles record? I need Matt Olson to be 40 and 120. That's what I signed him. That's what I gave him 9 years for. I didn't give him 9 years to go set the doubles record like he's Pete Rose. I need him to go out there and whack it around, hit homers, drive in runs, and get on base. And there have been times, start of the year, you could make a case that at the very beginning of the year, he was the Braves' best hitter. He's had his moments and his streaks. But I need to get it going. This is August. We're almost at the middle of August now. There ain't 1,000 games left in the baseball season. Not 1,000 games left. You know, we got too many guys that are just kind of treading water and just kind of, slowed down in the muck and the mire of quicksand and things like that got to get some things going. Ronnie, we talked about this the other day. He's getting it cranked up and going. Dansby's back on track. Riley's now, by the way, if you haven't seen, Austin Riley is now the second number 2 betting favorite for the NL MVP right now. Only Goldschmidt has better betting odds right now than Riley at MVP. So, look, I need some of these guys. Ozuna is what it is. Yeah, I'm glad he hit the 3-run home run. Again, we talk about he's a one-trick pony. That's what he does. That's what he does is hit home runs. That's the only thing he can do is if you make a mistake, he'll take you out of the ballpark. But he ain't going to draw walks. He ain't going to steal bases. He ain't going to play left field. And he ain't going to get you a bunch of key hits when you need him. This is what Matt Olson is here for. And it may not be fair to compare him to Freddie Freeman, this, and the other. But go look back statistically. Last year in the month of August, Freddie Freeman hit 311 with 360 on base and was like a 900 OPS, right? And the Braves coincidentally went 18-8 in the month of August last year. It's not coincidence that Freddie Freeman is one of those straws that stirs the drink for this team last year. So I need Olson to get it cranked up and going. I need some power. I need his average to come up some. I need to see some drawing walks and getting on base like he was earlier in the year. I need him to get it cranked up and going. It's middle of August. And look, he projects out right now. His projection is, I think it's 26, 27 homers and over 100 RBI. Okay. I'd take that. But, right now he's at 248 on the season with a 337 on base and an 815 OPS. None of that is awful. The 248, it sort of is what it is. But it's time for Olson to get this thing cranked up and going. Look, they have to start stretching a string of wins together. And this idea of, well, we played the Mets 7 times, so we got to, okay, yeah. How'd that go last time when the Braves played the Mets? And by the way, Max Fried goes on the 7-day concussion IL after that face plant over the weekend. That sucks. Again, retroactive, and I think he was supposed to start tonight, right? Now, Odorizzi's going to start tonight, and Ian Anderson's going to make a start tomorrow, and he's going to head to Gwinnett. What happens if Ian Anderson throws a no-hitter? Is he going up to Gwinnett? Is he taking that Partridge family bus from Hartsfield Airport up to Buford? Anyway, You can hear my frustration on some things like that. It's time to get this thing cranked up and going. It's time to quit screwing around. It's time to quit mucking and miring. It's time to take on and act like we're the World Series champs. This is the World Series. This is the defending World Series champions. And it's not been bad. They're 20 games over 500, right? But right now, if you power rank the Braves, are they better than the Dodgers? Are they better than the Mets? Are they better than the Padres? That's where you have to start thinking about it. Are we better than the Cardinals and the Brewers? Yes. Are we better than the low-life dirtbag Marlins and the Pawn Scum Nationals and the Fleabag Pirates? Yeah. We'll kick the crap out of all those teams. But I need some of my guys to get this thing cranked up and going. Got a lot of important games that are coming up here between August and September, and obviously the first week of October too, because that's going to be the final Mets series as well. Matt Olson's another one of those guys. It's been very streaky for Matt Olson this year. At times, he's looked like a complete monster and a beast, right? He looks like he's Freddie's replacement. Other times, it looks like, kind of is what he is. And I get that guys go through streaks and stuff like that, but in a lot of ways, there has been some underwhelmingness about what Matt Olson has done for this team. Been a pretty good run producer. If he's going to drive in over 100, okay, I'll take all that. He's going to be about 25, 27 homers, somewhere probably in that range. Okay, that's not a bad number. I know some people were thinking, some people that I know host morning radio, hey, he's going to be a 50 homer guy. Look at the spray chart. Okay, I never thought that, but I want to see Matt Olson get it cranked up and going. They need his bat. They need his run production to get things cranked up and going. And right now, in 41 plate appearances in August, it's been very underwhelming. Obviously, plenty of time, right? They got plenty of opportunity here. And again, you're going to get through this series against the Marlins, and then we're going to get, a 4-game set at Truist Park against the Mets. I want to see him this weekend get cranked up and going. I want to see him start to get his stroke back. Because I don't want to hear about he's going to start trying to get hot when DeGrom and Scherzer roll into town. How'd that go last time? Well, those guys have about 25 strikeouts between them. And Olson's, one of the leading candidates for all that. He's got 41 plate appearances. A quarter of those are strikeouts. So I need him to get it going this weekend. I'm really going to be watching what Matt Olson gets going this weekend, okay? Because I need him to start getting his swing back as we head into the Mets series and we start to roll through the dog days of summer and we're in the middle of this pennant race. And I know there's going to be some of you guys say, quit blaming Matt Olson for everything. I'm not blaming Matt Olson for anything. I need certain guys to start stepping up and getting this thing done. Ronnie's getting it cranked up in August. Let's take advantage of that. It's not like Matt Olson's going to come up the plate and nobody's ever on base for him. That's why you got Riley and Dansby and Ronnie. Those guys on. Drive in a bunch of those guys. Let's have a big weekend. Beat the ever-living daylights out of the Miami Marlins this weekend. And then we get ready for what I think, personally, I'm going to go ahead and preface it now, it's going to be the series of the year. This, to me, this 4-game set at Truist Park is going to define what the Braves are going to have this year. Because once you get through this, you got one series in October, and that'll be it. So we'll worry about that Mets series when it comes up. First things first. 4 games in 3 days against the low-life, dirtbag, fleabag Marlins. And by the way, too, again, as I've explained this before, the Braves have a losing record against the Padres, Mets, and Dodgers. Everybody else in baseball. Well, I take that back. The Texas Rangers, they're 1-2 against the Rangers as well. Against every other team in the entirety of baseball, they are 500 or better than. That's the only teams that they're below 500. Rangers, Dodgers, Padres, Mets. That's it. Not the Pirates, not the they're 10-3 against the Nationals. Okay? Not the Marlins, not any of these other fleabag, low-life, dirtbag organizations. So go out and kick the crap out of the Marlins this weekend. Matt Olson, get it cranked up and going. I want to see Matt Olson with 2 or 3 homers this weekend. 4 games, let me have 2 or 3 homers. Drive in about 7 or 8 runs this weekend. And have about 6 hits over the weekend. So that when we come into this series next week against the Mets, I feel like, okay, our lineup is getting going where it needs to be. All right, we thank you so much for making Hittin' Hard with Jon Chuckery your first listen every day. Make my friends over at ATL Day Ones your second listen every day. My friends Jarvis Davis and Tanitra Batiste. Speaking of all things in the heart of the city of Atlanta, you want dogs, Braves, Falcons, Hawks, whatever. Georgia, they got everything covered for you, right? Everything is covered and they take care of it. A lot of pop culture, a lot of fun stuff over there. Great conversation as well. They are free and available on our YouTube page at Locked On Sports Atlanta, and free and available to download on all your favorite podcast platforms, including Spotify and Odyssey. Leave us a 5-star review when you are there. And then also give me a follow on my personal Twitter page. I'm going to have a lot of Falcon content. We're going to be tweeting a lot during the Falcons games. That would be at JMCH316. We will talk to you on Monday. This has been Hittin' Hard with Jon Chuckery, Locked On Sports Atlanta.